Good morning, everyone. Good morning and welcome to Coffee with Kristin and Tina. We are your hosts. I'm Tina Prigge of Vagabond Creative Studio. This is Kristin Odell with KLO LLC. So glad to see you this morning. Kristin, how is everything going?
It's good to see you too. Everything is going lovely. And the show platform worked today. How exciting is that?
I know. For those of you who have been following along, we've had some technical glitches and it turns out we've had to clear our cache. So there's an interesting little tech tidbit for free.
Yes. No cash. There's no cash with Kristin and Tina.
Hey, Kristin, I just noticed. So I've got this Wisconsin mug, right? That shows all of this cool, stuff going on in Wisconsin. And you just shared a meme. Can I put that on screen? I realized it totally ties into the mug.
I love it. So first of all, your mug matches this very nicely. But second of all, the question I have for you is, are there green beans on your mug?
Yes. Yes, there are. Wait, let me see if I can find them. Okay. There are.
For real?
Yeah.
You guys, I saw this morning from Lakeside Foods. So obviously, Lakeside is a local packing company. They've been around a long, long time. Prior to the show, Tina shared she worked there your first year in college. Is that what you said?
Yep.
My great grandma Zip, who is no longer with us, she would go and pack to make Christmas money. Like she would work at night just to earn a little bit of extra Christmas money. So, casual work way back in the day when my mom was little. But I saw this really cool thing. So you guys, there's 800,000 tons of green beans produced in the United States annually, and 300,000 tons comes from Wisconsin.
That's amazing. I mean, the fact that it's important enough that it's on this cup, and now with that statistic that you're telling me, I feel like, how have I never heard that before? How did I never know that it was that kind of momentous?
I don't know. But I also didn't know, I had no that you guys, it's over a third of the green beans in the United States are grown right here in, a fairly short growing season. That's so cool.
It is, I wonder what percent of them are then packed here. I wonder if it's like 80% are grown here or, 30% are grown here, but then 100% are packed. I don't know the details, but.
It lends itself well. Obviously, if Lakeside is here, I would be curious, of the almost 300,000 tons, do we do it in Manitoba? How awesome would that be?
Yeah, that is pretty cool.
What I'll do is I'll go back on the Lakeside Foods page where I got this from this morning. I cannot take credit for this at all, you guys. This was from Lakeside. And comment on it and see if I can get the answer, and then we can talk about it next week.
Cool. Very cool. Yeah, and you can also post it in the chat.
So, and then you can see, I've always known this, but obviously green beans has great nutrients in it. It's one of the colors of the rainbow. When you talk about eating our colors, obviously vibrant green colors are great. Helps prevent diabetes and cardiovascular disease. Super cool.
I didn't know that either. That's amazing.
Yeah. And then the last little tip on here, the famous green bean casserole has been around for 66 years and was created by a Campbell's Soup employee.
That's so interesting.
So I have a question. Do you guys eat green bean casserole either at Thanksgiving or other times of the year?
I love green bean casserole. I could probably eat it every day if it were available, but yeah, it's one of my favorite things at Thanksgiving.
Yeah, I also like it. I love the little French fried onions on the top. It's so delicious. A fun fact tip about Doug is he will eat cream of mushroom or cream of celery soup or whatever you put in there. And he will eat green beans and he will eat the crispy fried onions, but he will not eat it together.
Is he particular like that about mixing other foods too, or just that casserole?
He's kind of weird about eating, but I think it's weird that when you he would eat cream of chicken and pulled chicken or, different things, or beef stroganoff, or I don't know. I just think it's silly. But anyway, yeah.
When's the last time you tried it? Maybe, Doug, if you're watching this show, just give it one more try. Just take a bite next time and just see if that combination of flavors works for you.
He gets so annoyed with me trying to get him to try things.
Husbands.
I know. In his 44 years of life, he just started eating salad dressing in the last like 3 months. He always ate salad dry. Isn't that crazy?
I sort of feel like the salad is the vehicle for the dressing, like the whole thing that makes it good is the
Yes,
dressing.
right? Right. And he won't eat any of the creamy dressings. He only is eating vinaigrette so far because that's all like he can tolerate. I think
But you
it's
know what? That's so much more that's so much healthier for him.
I know.
It's probably better. In this case, I would like to emulate Doug and just eat my salads dry.
I know. Yeah, just think about it. The calorie and fat savings if you weren't, but I mean, sometimes you're right. Salad dressings are so delicious. If you get a good one, who cares?
Yeah. You're hilarious. Talking about a good one, tell us about this like inviting little breakfast.
I know. So we went camping this weekend. We're at Calumet County Park, which is right on Lake Winnebago, just south of Stockbridge, or maybe just north of Stockbridge. I think it's just north of Stockbridge. But anyway, this was our last morning in the camper. I do not normally eat bagels at home just because they're so carb-tastic. But we had them along on Sunday because it was pack up day. And yeah, this is a cinnamon swirl bagel with peanut butter on it and my cup of coffee, just kind of taking in that last peaceful morning of camping. Doesn't it look so good?
It does look good. And Marcy had joined us. Actually, she said that we are her workout buddies right now, which is cool. Good for you for
Yeah,
working out,
go,
Marcy.
Marcy. Good job.
But look at what she said. She said, it's such a small world. You are in photos from her cousin Barb Hall's camping trip this past weekend.
So Marcy, my mom is very like best friends with Barb Hall. And they worked together for years and years and years. So that's the connection. My mom was actually camping there this weekend as well.
What a small world. That's so cool. Marcy, thanks for telling us that. And
That is
by the way, let's see. Kay mentioned that she loves fun facts to share with others, especially if it involves local facts. And she also loves green bean casserole anytime.
Yay, I love it. And I see Stacy from the mayor's office is joining us today. We're happy you're here with us.
Good morning, Stacy. I hope you're having an awesome week off.
Absolutely. I also think that you should pitch to Mayor Nichols that you should be allowed to watch this at your desk on Tuesday mornings. Don't you think that's completely acceptable?
Absolutely. Right. Or even having just a live stream playing on the TV in the office.
Yeah, there we go. We're trying to help you out, girl. We got your back.
So speaking of your mom, Kristin, you shared a photo. Is this up at the camper?
Yes. So this was with Marcy. So my mom and her friends had like this farm theme, but we crashed the party on Saturday because it was my mom's 63rd birthday.
Happy birthday.
Yes. Happy birthday to her. So we got a cake from Manderfields, which is a wonderful local bakery in Appleton, and walked down to their campsite and we sang her happy birthday and had cake together. So this was a picture that somebody snagged of us. So that's my sister in the middle. And then obviously our family with my mom. So happy birthday, Mama.
That's your sister?
That's my sister.
How many years are between you guys?
14.
Oh my gosh. Wow. Because when I first glimpsed this photo, I thought it was Grace. And I was like, wow, Grace is growing up so fast. And I didn't know she wore glasses. But then I was like, no, there's Grace. And I was like, what's happening in this picture?
Yes, that is my much younger sister, who came along when I was in 7th grade. And yeah, so she was camping with my mom this weekend, which was really fun.
That's awesome. And can I just say one more time, it is like a perfect snap of the Odell family. Like, look at you guys, look so perfect. I love it.
I think the lighting just happened to be really, really good because they like all the pictures that we took from their campsite were good. So,
well, this made my day. Stacy saying it's a brilliant idea. Woohoo!
Yeah, watch party, watch party. We'll even give you a shout out.
That's right. That's right. Absolutely. So, we were talking about parks, Kristin. Jason and I took a little respite and went over to West of the Lake Gardens because it is in full bloom right now. And I just had to stop and look at this picture. Like, this is where we live. You know what I mean? This is right in our community. Doesn't this seem like it's an exotic vacation somewhere? You can see the lake in the background and all the colors. And I was just like, oh, wow.
It is really, really colorful. I love that you can see the color like going all the way back. I'm also looking at these. Are these little rose bushes?
Right, the pink ones, those are roses, and there's like a whole line of them.
Oh my gosh, they're just stunning. I have heard that they bring in and replant and do so many things over the course of the year to keep the gardens looking beautiful there. I just do not have that kind of green thumb, and I so admire somebody's capability to be able to put that together in such a stunning fashion. And really something that there's always something in bloom there, right? I mean, I feel like all season long you can go there and find beautiful flowers.
Yes, and they had, there were gardeners at work even while we were there, right? So it doesn't just happen. It takes a lot of work and dedication, but it is so beautiful. It's completely just a little zen spot that you can pop into. There's no charge to go there, so you can pop in for 5 minutes. You can go there for an hour. It's just a great place to spend a few minutes or some time during the day.
Right. It's also probably a good spot. I know there's some shady spots there, but also along the lake where we tend to have a breeze and, it's been really hot. So I think everybody's kind of looking for activities to do. Like, I appreciate you mentioning that because I just think it's such a beautiful space that I sometimes forget about just because for us, it's on the other side of town.
Right, right. I often forget about it too, but we just happen to drive past and see this whole like cacophony of flowers in bloom. And we're like, you know what? Let's stop. And it was so beautiful. We almost decided to take a meeting from our car right there, but then we're like, no, we better, Wi-Fi and all of that.
Did you just use the word cacophony?
I think I did.
Your vocabulary is stunning.
Oh, thanks. Did I tell you we just learned the word brindle? We were listening to WOMT News, and Damon Ryan was describing a dog, and he described it as brindle. And I was like, brindle? What does that mean? So I immediately looked it up. It's the perfect word. Brindle is like the tawny color of a dog, like a dog's fur, but then it's that where it has like little like striations or like little like claw marks of a darker color running through it.
Sure. Brindle.
There's a word for it. Who knew?
I mean, I feel like there's words for everything. We just don't know what they are, right?
Right. English goes deep.
Speaking of not having words, I have to show you this. I didn't get to tell you about this, but this came yesterday. This is the Manitoba area Yellow Pages. It's not very thick. It's getting thinner by the year. Do people keep these? I want to know, if you are watching right now, do you keep this in your home or do you Google the answer?
I definitely Google the answer. And I also feel like, how people say, oh, I'm going to, like in a gangster movie or something, they'll be like, oh, we're going to hit him with a phone book. I don't think they're talking about the Manitoba Yellow Pages.
No, I feel like this could end up being like a fly swatter. But, I almost went into it and I was going to look like alphabetically. And then I was like, wait a second, it's by category. And so like, for example, I just saw this. Here's under the letter P, physicians and surgeons. Like, can you imagine being like, oh, I think I'm looking for a physician. Let me just get the Yellow Pages out and like look up it's so like, my children probably will never ever know what this is.
Right, right. And the thing is, once upon a time, it was so very, very useful.
Yes.
But do you think, is it only paid entries too?
I don't know. That's a really good question. I would think.
Chris says she does keep them. She keeps the old phone books for address references.
Oh, look at you.
And probably any historian, that's a great, great move, right?
Right.
It's like a snapshot in history. So it's pretty smart. Of course. And I would expect no less from Chris. Chris is very smart. So.
Absolutely. Stacy said she did kill a fly with her Yellow Pages shortly after it arrived. So clearly her and I are sisters from another mister, because I think that's what it's going to end up saying here.
I do love the image they chose. I think the image is gorgeous on the cover.
Yeah. I'm trying not to get the reflection from my light. There we go. Yeah. It is certainly beautiful. I love all those small businesses and companies that have ads in, like they clearly are probably paying to get in there, but there is this very teeny note down on the bottom that says, residential white pages and online directories are available at therealyellowpages.com. So there's no more white pages in Manitowoc.
Oh, no kidding. That's
Yeah.
only Yellow Pages?
Only yellow.
Wow.
The real Yellow Pages.
So I wonder if they've monetized it online. Like if you try to use the white pages, is there a fee? Or are you looking it up just like you normally would?
I mean, I use whitepages.com all the time. I don't know if they're affiliated, but that's what I use to find addresses. But I just want to point out, this is the original search engine. Just in case you weren't sure.
But it's true. I mean, I think about when I grew up, that was the only way you could find information.
Sure. Or like, this is going way back, but like in high school, you were like, ooh, I really want to find that boy's number. And you're like looking it up, and then there'd be like 10 of the same last name, and you're trying to figure out what his parents' names were. And do you know what so-and-so's mom's name is? And do you remember doing that?
Yes. I'm embarrassed to admit it, but yes. Busted. Yeah. And then you quickly call, hoping to like recognize the voice, but you could never do that these days because there's caller ID.
Right. Does so-and-so live there? No.
Yeah. I called to order some flowers recently, and they're like, okay, is this Tina? I was like, what? Like, I haven't told you anything. I didn't even tell them I told them nothing, not even my phone number, nothing. They're like, oh, it's caller ID. I'm like, wow.
Right. I love it.
Yeah.
Too funny.
Yeah. So
Chris Cornelli said the white pages are priceless for finding people. I love it.
And Cindy said, we still have an old phone on the wall in the kitchen. My grandson thinks it's crazy. We had to go to the phone on the wall to answer it. Yes. And Chris also said, you have to keep the old white pages. With everyone having cell phones, it's hard to find addresses. Oh, yeah. Right.
Very nice.
So this is just a little snap of some things I gathered from my garden. Not even close to what you'd find at West of the Lake Gardens, but all of the different colors just make me so happy when I see them.
Okay, so tell me about, do you know what kind of flowers these are? Are you, because I don't.
Okay, yep, the white one in the very back is a hydrangea. And actually, that's from a plant that was growing where my mom grew up. And then when she had her own house, she transplanted some to her house. And now that I have a house, I've transplanted some. So like this specific hydrangea family bush, I guess, has been in the family for, decades, 70 years or so.
Amazing. What a cool story.
Thanks. And it smells great.
Yes.
And then the little, like the ones that are candy striped with the pink and the white, that's called a variegated phlox. So like you often see phlox and it's like purple or white or pink. And somehow this is manipulated to give it the stripes.
It's very pretty.
Not manipulated by me. I don't have that skill. Underneath, like the big, like fluffy Russian looking hat with the purple petals drooping down, that's a purple coneflower.
Very nice.
So like, did you ever hear of echinacea? I think echinacea comes from this flower.
I have heard of echinacea. That's like an immune boosting, is it an herb or a flower?
I think so. Like a supplement. Yeah.
Yes. Oh,
and then the little tiny purple ones, I think is lavender. Okay. It smells amazing. So I love that.
I love that you went and found these in your garden. Like I have flowering hydrangeas right now that are colored. We also have an hydrangea bush that is white now, and then it will turn to like pink coming into closer to September. It typically starts turning. I've never really thought about trimming them and putting them in a vase, but that would be so beautiful. Like, why not?
Yeah, it was really the scent that that appealed to me. I walked past him like, that smells amazing. Yes. So that's why I decided to cut some and put them in a vase.
Good for you. Yeah, what a great idea. That is beautiful. I love how you have it arranged and very, very nice.
Well, thank you. Hey, so can I invite you guys all to come and see a show?
Woo! Look at this lady.
So it's Hallelujah Girls. There are 3 dates coming up: Friday, Saturday at 7:30 p.m. for both of those. And then Sunday, it's a matinee at 2 o'clock p.m. And it's out at the beautiful Franciscan Center for Music Education and Performance, which is adjacent to the former Silver Lake College. It's just a delightful comedy. The authors of the show wrote for the Golden Girls to give you kind of a sense of the style of comedy. And I happen to play the female villainess.
You're channeling a bit of Cruella de Vil in this picture.
I think that probably sums her up really well. She definitely has a cruel streak. It's a really interesting character to play. I would never, ever want to know this person for real.
Tell me how the opening weekend went.
Oh, it was so fun. It was really great. It was great. Light audiences, but it's so fun to be back on stage.
Good for you. I'm so happy to hear it's going well. I love this picture and this character. I think like it's just so awesome. I love to see you do something that is so out of bounds for you and obviously opposite of your traditional personality. So how fun.
Yeah, right. Right. I have to like let people know the character on stage is nothing like me, really. So
Right. Well, there you go, friends. So go out and see Tina. Instead of having light audiences, let's have her come back and say, it was a packed house this last weekend. Because this is the last chance, right? This weekend is the end.
Yep, this is the last chance. And it's a stellar cast. Local favorites Ellen Paranto, Kathy Kowalski are both in it. It's directed by Claire-Anne LaViolette. Anne and Greg Wolf are both in it. And then Darcy and Jay Gravel. So it's a pretty strong cast.
Very, very nice. So Tina, I have some insider information for an upcoming event since we're talking about things that you are doing.
Yeah.
I have something coming up and this is the save the date. You're going to want to mark your calendars. If you are married or have somebody that you're in a relationship with and you guys want to get to know each other on a much deeper level, I am going to be doing Strengths for Couples in October. It's a 2-night class, October 8th and October 15th. You're going to want to mark your calendars and come and join us. I promise it's going to be amazing.
Okay, so let's see if we've got this right. So it's Strengths for Couples, 2-night class. It's October 8th and October 15th.
Yes. And I'm working on some final really awesome details. But what I can tell you is it's going to be course dinners. It's going to be strengths. And it's going to be a lot of fun. And I can't wait.
So what's cool is you get to do something like this with your partner. Yep. But it's also guided to even strengthen the bond that you have. And you get to have dinner.
Yes.
So it's pretty much a win-win.
Not just dinner. Exceptional dinner. I'm so excited. Stay tuned. More coming soon.
Can you say who the chef is? Or do we have to wait?
I can say who one of the chefs will be. The first night, Friday, October 8th, will be Chef Ace Champion from Green Bay, who specializes in New Orleans cuisine. So Chef Ace will be coming down and joining us. And we're so excited to partner on this. He has done cooking in the past and I can't wait to have him here. And then the other one I will announce next week. How about that?
Tune in next week to find out more. Let's see here.
Yes.
Aw, Kristin, break a leg. Thanks, Chris.
You're going to do so good. I so badly want to see this. I'm trying to figure out when we can sneak your show in. Maybe you could do another production of it in February.
I do think that summer is a really challenging time to stage something like this, right? Because when it opened, it was like back to back with Snowfest and all sorts of other amazing, just even the summer weather that was happening. Like, who wants to stop swimming at the beach to go to the theater? Unless you're like a diehard theater person, but.
Right. And I mean, I love, like, if you don't have anything going on, I think it's like a wonderful thing to be like, oh my gosh, let's sneak it in. But yes, it is hard because there's just so much going on. Okay. That's a lovely question. I will tell you, it is going to be at the new Treehouse Theater in their main, what I'm calling mini ballroom. It is stunning inside of there. So the event will be right here in Manitoba on Washington Street.
Oh, that's super cool. When Karen was on from Treehouse, the pictures that she shared were really beautiful of that
Yes,
space.
it is so beautiful there. It's such a calm and like warm space. I'm going to call it intimate because I feel like when I think about date night and having an opportunity to spend time with Doug, like you want it to be a little bit cozy, but we also want this to be fun and social with other couples. So it just lends itself so well. And also because there's a beautiful full kitchen there, it's very easy to bring a chef in to prepare dinner and present that stuff. So.
I love it. I think it's a great concept. And it's great for couples too, because it will kind of, shake things up a little bit, right? Like it's a little bit different having somebody guide what's happening. And
Right.
I feel like it could, draw some new things out or, really increase the bonds that someone has.
Right. And I can tell you, like, I've already had couples just take the Clifton assessment and they've learned things about each other just from doing that alone. So I am just so excited to be able to kind of crack this open for couples and just help them have a much deeper understanding about the relationship. And, ideally, like sometimes, you're butting heads and you're like, I don't understand why, or I don't have words to what's happening, but it just provides so much more clarity and understanding. And I think that leads to more grace and flexibility in a relationship, which, that all lends itself to having a successful relationship. So you don't have to be married. It can be committed couples, but I would say that you should know each other well and then use this as a tool to take you to the next level.
Do you remember that show, The Newlywed Game?
I do. I do.
So any couples that go through this process will be perfectly prepared for that show, I would imagine.
Right. Right. That's right. They had to answer questions and,
About each other.
yes, it certainly will provide a lot more explanation about why people do certain things. Mm,
And understanding is half the battle.
absolutely. Yeah, the minute that you have awareness now things change, right? So, yay.
That's awesome. Kristen, that is so cool that you're doing that. Please keep sharing information with this channel as things come out. How do people register? Are you already taking
We're
registrations?
not there yet. Hold on tight. I want to pull these final details together and it'll be coming soon. This is just the teaser today.
All right, stay tuned to this show for more details coming up. Well,
Yes.
Kristen, this has been so awesome. My alarm just went off and it's telling me it's 9 o'clock. How can 30
Woo!
minutes have passed already?
I know, my goodness. I mean, again, we always have amazing things to talk about, and we have amazing people that join us in the morning, so it makes conversation go so easy.
Yeah. And
Guys,
we were just talking about theater. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
no, you go.
We were just talking about theater and viewers. For any of you that know Kevin Sievert locally, he's a great performer. He is going to be starring in Little Shop of Horrors. He's playing the lead role of Seymour at the Skylight Theater in Milwaukee. And I heard that tickets just went on sale. So I
Ooh,
think that is going to be an amazing show to take in.
yes. When do you know when the dates are?
Sometime in October.
Okay. Yeah, he's fab.
October, November, something like that.
Yeah, I love his personality, and he's just so much fun.
Yeah, he'll be great in that role. Sorry, what were
Yeah,
you going to say?
I'm thinking about what it was now. It might have gone away.
Oh, no.
You guys have this happen? I feel like things like this go away all the time.
Oh, Kristen, it happens more and more the older you get, let me tell you.
Oh my goodness. Well, it's all good. It's all
Well,
good.
it has been wonderful sharing this morning time with you. And viewers, thank you so much for joining in the conversation and keeping it fun and sharing the knowledge. And already I am looking forward to next time. Oh, and next week, we're going to do this on Wednesday morning.
Yes, I have to teach for a client on Tuesday morning, so thank you for that flexibility. Tune in on Wednesday. Stacy, that watch party at the mayor's office should be on Wednesday next week instead of Tuesday.
That's right.
Tina, I know what it was. I was going to just tell viewers. Tina and I got to see each other in person probably like a month ago. We were recording some videos, and I hugged Tina like, look, and this is Tina. This is Grace's pictures. I was like, Tina, oh Tina. And she was like, why are you hugging me so like intently? And I was like, we haven't seen each other in 18 months. And then she said, I kind of forget because I get to see you every week on the on the computer. I love that. It's like
that was the best hug, Kristen. That was awesome. But yeah, it's so strange because more than a lot of people that I didn't get to see during the pandemic, I feel like I really get to see you a lot. So.
Right. Maybe I should use the phone book.
Too funny, too funny. All right, this has been awesome. Already looking forward to next Wednesday. Mwah. Bye, everyone.
Bye, guys. Have a great day.